Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Whoever is a member of my community, welcome back. Who is not, I hope you become one. And I haven't been live for a while. I just had some stuff to do. Actually, it's what maybe I will have talk today that you understand. I've over the last 1 year and a half, I had to deal with after the death of my mother. I had some property to get some property rights that actually were not. I couldn't do that. It just documents lost anyway. And the second part was when just a reminder that there was something strange going on about my around my dealings, and um, I just in my mind, I kind of in my memory, I returned even further back, and there was a situation that I simply had to get rid of my property. I had to get rid of my apartment. I had perpetual impoverishment with income, and suddenly my company, and not just my company, but the management company that my company works for, suddenly dropped the possibility for me making quite some money. That I didn't stop receiving my pay that's regular, but my money were mm, limited suddenly. So I started receiving less, $1,500 a month. Suddenly I stopped receiving them, but I still had my pay. You know, when you work for a security company is really interesting stuff. You can make, if you stay and stick with them for a while, you can make a lot of money. That's why I was really surprised when suddenly my extra income was stopped. But this is one, okay? And the thing is that I was found, they find explanation to explain you that practically they'll tell you to get lost in a way. Then it's property. When you try to sell your property, when you try to do stuff, there is a specific procedures, and um, I start getting strange, really strange uh, things. When I put my apartment for sale, and suddenly around me, not in the place where I live, but some outside, I started having strange things. People were approaching me, telling me strange things. Then I had people talking to me, and at the same time, they had their phones on. It means they were broadcasting whatever I was answering and whatever we were talking. They were um, broadcasting conversation somewhere. I have no idea where. So, by the way, which have to be very careful now because of the iPhones. You have all of your gadgets that will come with the iPhone. Actually, they are very sophisticated, and well, they have somebody who is watching you, somebody who tries to interrupt you in a conversation. They will put their earbuds on, and practically whatever you're saying is being broadcasted somewhere through your phone. Their phone, sorry. They will just, what it is just dial somebody, then they talk to you and like ask specific questions. So if you have strange situation around, you have to be really careful. But anyway, I will continue with. I'm sorry. I will continue with the business deals. So business deals were in my particular case was about getting the apartment sold. So there is a procedure for this. People come, they will look up and say, "Yeah, we like it. Here we go." So in order to keep this apartment for themselves, for to buy, there is a procedure. They take specific amount of money and they put it down. Okay, it's not a down payment. It's just, in a way, promise pay to come back to place where you sign documents and sign and take the apartment in their possession, or sign documents for when you're gonna get your apartment, the apartment in the possession. Usually, I when I sell or do something, it's usually a month. So, for instance, if you sell the property, you have 1 month to get out. And started happening. The people who were putting the money down suddenly they're losing them. For instance, because the law says if you put the money as a promised money to come back and make a deal, you cannot take it back. So they lost the money on purpose in a way. They refused to come and get the money, and they will not get the money, but they will have supposed to buy the apartment. So, and this type of stuff was continuing for a very long time. It's not first, twice. There is another one, and then I realized that I had to look for something that's happening near me. When I was trying to sell, there was something near me starts resembling, as people call, mimicking operations. Mimicking operations are really interesting stuff. I have several videos. So if you look at my playlist, there are not playlists, just videos in general. The the thing is, if you have something like mimicking, it means there's a possibility of your identity being hijacked. And this way, if you have your identity hijacked, the money, whatever you got paid for your apartment, can be hijacked as well. There's a lot of procedures you have to be really careful when you deal with real estate, and there is a lot of fraud with real estate. So you have combination of real estate fraud and possible identity hijacking. In this way, your money are taken away from you. But never happened with my identity hijacking and so on. And when something is not working properly on the second one hand, the second hand as selling of the apartment is not done. So de facto, your apartment or your property is being only sold when your identity is secured and stolen for somebody else. It means you become identity carrier in the way that I had the videos about identity carriers. It's what it is, as I said, people are simply trying to steal your identity and steal your money. Okay? And if they don't have identity stolen, they don't buy the apartment. And this way they assure for the next time there will be another round, another round, and another round. Okay? So from this moment on, once or twice you have this thing, you will realize that, as I said, there is a mimic operation, and you will realize that possibly identity hijacking. And when it's done that, you realize the fact that you will not get any deal. For instance, they'll try to steal stuff from you. Okay? So you have to make sure that when you suddenly start losing the properties or property, you have to do it in a gradual way that you still get the money through the bank. This is how it's done. If you cannot sell the apartment, people, what they do, they simply stop paying the mortgage payments. When they stop paying mortgage payments, the apartment goes into foreclosure, and the bank puts it for auction. When it's sold, the bank will get the mortgage payment covered and whatever lawyer fee, and the rest is actually yours. So for some people, when they cannot sell their property, repossession of a property by the bank is really, really good, because there's no other way. I know people exactly did the same thing because they were targeted individuals, and whatever you were trying to do, they will never were able to secure and pull out the investment they had. So because gang stalkers will ruin you, one part of the deal is of gang stalkers actually to ruin you financially. and the this way, uh, uh, you in the end you have nothing. And as I said, but if you like have your property, at least there's some kind of a money you can get. But they will try to do everything possible for you not to get it. Okay, so um, I will see some people here started to log in. Great, thank you. Welcome everybody. I will stop talking about this thing, but I will just now start asking questions. Okay, Todd, hi. I have no idea what I don't know what stream movies. Uh, okay, happy birthday then. Balls for what? Anyway, I see nobody else is logging in. I see several people are in, but they're not asking questions. So that's what it is. If you are gang stalked, guys, I hope people from my community understand what I'm talking about. But most of you are guys actually, how you call it, seasoned targeted individuals. So some of you, 100% would have passed or something like this. But this is what it is. The gang stalkers, what they do, they would ruin you financially by destroying your investments. You can have apartment, you can have home. Gang stalkers will do everything possible for you in order to lose money. So what you have, as I said, is uh, when they my father 30 years ago was killed and his patent stolen, and now 32 years later my mother died after he's dead. And those people that don't uh, they're not even shameless. They do it now in open way, so they can destroy people. They can uh, now it's how you call it, unalive people, because the system can reject your video and do whatever they want to do. And there is no uh, shame. You see, United States were never this way for a long time ago. I said I live in the United States for almost 40 years. There is no such thing. I'm sure that some of the people who created this country, they're just simply, how you call it, rolling in their graves. But because of the scumbags that they're running people, so you have a scumbags this, you have structure of scumbags that rob you. They would first they rob you of property like copyrights or the patents. Then while they did this, they will try to ruin you financially by perpetual impoverishment. So it will this way they control your movement. They keep you to a specific geographical area that they can set you up for a crime in the area, and then later they will just simply like they poison me. They will select some kind of a way of try to get rid of you. And thanks, there is a God that saved me 2 years ago. And as I said, um, thanks much. It's almost 15 minutes I talk, and nobody logged in today. I see somebody's logging in, but there's too little people. There's only one person, and so there's not much I can do from this moment on. As I said, whoever is a member of my community, thank you for coming back. And who is not, please subscribe. This is Gang Stalking Insider channel. And there is a new world order coming, and these people who runs the show are ruthless. And I hope I will be able to go through. But people like me are usually end up in concentration camps one day. So anyway, and I love America. I live here for a very long time, and yet people try to present me as unpatriotic in some places. Some colleagues in the past, and the very is very simple. This is easy. If you call person a spy or unpatriotic or some kind of a bad person, and then talk to people who surround you, they kind of create a hostile atmosphere that everybody is happy if gangstalkers do really bad things to you. They say, he's like a spy. He is this, and this. He deserves it. You see what I mean? Here in Atlanta, there is another thing. It's called he is white, and he deserves it. Anyway, which is total fuck up. Anyway, guys, thank you, and have a good night. I will try to do um, live. Now I do more live. Now I do the said the a lot of live on Facebook, and the reason is simply because I want to. I have a special gang stalking situation in Atlanta currently, and I know that some of my gang stalking people that gang stalk me actually they I know they watch it. So I'm kind of a do and tell things. Um, it's really interesting couple of months. I who remembers and he left message about social security. You know, we talked about that people will try to sabotage. Gang stalkers will try to sabotage your social security. Well, let's see. I am this age that within a couple of months I will have to take it, and I would love to take it because I need money. But I need to take it the way that I can not have problems and enough money to do things. After poisoning, as I said, I developed really bad some medical condition that is on my stomach, and I created some nerve damage. So I hope I will be fine. But as I said, I hope I will need to go to drop my hours to work, and I hope the uh, I will be hired. But Atlanta is becoming kind of a horrible place for me, and I will be the one who will call it off. And I had several um, attacks on me on racial base, and I don't want to get into racial confrontations because it's really nasty. You see that? This is a continuation of my pain that I was created after poisoning. So looks like I have a medical condition on my stomach, on my pancreas, that is gonna be dragging for years unless there is a way for me to fix it. But in order to do it, I have to semi-retire, and I have no money. This is one of the reasons I am fighting so aggressively to get my father's research returned to me. It's absolutely clear that when you deal with governments or past events like Cold War, it's very hard to get some things. It's very simple because there is a lot of people already had their money in the pot and took a lot of money out. It's understandable, but I want my um, reasonable share because it came from my father. It has its blood on it, and recently my mother's death that I do not agree with. I think she was murdered, and I will not let it go. All right. You have a good day. If it's your country, good day. Actually, it's Atlanta here. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. All right.